Okay, and it looks like I'm live, which is great because you know, I like to be on this end of the pendulum. Welcome to the D Ocean Swagger channel, and I'm gonna do some pendulum work. I got the new baby. Here's the new baby. I'll show it to you. Hi, Linda. Hi, Renee. Hi, Junking Data Girl. How you doing, loves? Oh, that's right. I have got to get stuff. Here is one of the things that's going to go in when I have sale. Somebody's going to want this. I know. Look at this guy. The problem is he needs a little fixing in the back. He's a solar light. I found this in my collection, and unfortunately, I did not get my friend to fix it. I had a friend who probably could have fixed this. Um, it's a cool statue, even if it's uh, not working right now. But I had a friend who who rewired electronic stuff, and I thought he'd be doing it, but I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, he's going to be one of the items probably up for sale. So I think he's really cool. He's a garden. I mean, this was perfect. I got Halloween stuff. I'm going to have Halloween stuff. Bunch of Halloween stuff I'm going to get out. And yeah, I mean, even broken, he's really cool. Hey, Richard. So I don't know, Junking Data Girl, if you have, I'm trying to remember your real name. Do you know anything about pendulums? Because we're going to do pendulum, and I just got myself a new pendulum today, or well, a couple of days ago. And when I got this thing, it just vibrated like crazy. I mean, I had a couple other people over here who were not really conversant with pendulum work, and they were just going, "Oh my God," like, "Wow, are you serious?" Because this thing was swinging like crazy. Oh yeah, Cha, you're there, Cha. See, we had a Cha on Paranormal Portal too. Yeah. Maricha, pronounced Maricha. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I love Halloween stuff. I have quite a collection. So that's going to happen. We're going to get the Halloween stuff out and start selling it and having fun. Oh, and I am selling the lanyard. Now I can make lanyards for your glasses. Magnetic. This one's magnetic and glow in the dark. It has some glow in the dark beads on it so you can find it. If you're one of these people who loses your glasses, this might help. It is magnetic and it also has glow in the dark beads. So I thought, might want to make these for people because I know this is going to help me. So I'm going to be selling these too. If you want one, let me know. It just slips on your glasses with these little beads right here. I give you like about, I don't know, a bunch of them so that if you lose one, you lose, but it just, you slide the loops on and then you press it. It's elastic. Anyway, as a person who is subject to losing my glasses, and this is elastic, so you don't have to worry about getting your hair caught in it because the beads will separate and you'll be able to unwrap your hair and whatever. Anyway, love you too, Ben, Linda. Um, so I'm gonna ask some questions with my pendulum. And this pendulum literally, when like I said, two people that had never seen it happen before. And okay, I understand, Linda. Hope you can see it later. I was kind of hoping you'd ask some questions. You ask good questions. But I have to kind of preface it with maybe a little bit of a warning, is that anytime you have a divination tool, you need to be careful with it, because you're connecting with something when you use it. It's not a toy. No divination tool is a toy. I have found that my safest thing to connect to is my higher self. And to ask specifically for that, or if you have a specific deity or whatever, but it's much safer to have a particular thing in mind that you're connecting with, a particular personage, being, than just an open channel. Because as with anything like that, if you just leave it open, a lot of things can answer you. And that's a fact. I mean, just with anything. So just know what you're doing, and be conscious about it, and you should be fine. But I keep that, it sounds like, oh, this is just because one of them was going, oh, that looks like fun. I'm going to get some for my daughters. That's such a cute thing. I said, they know anything about divination? And she goes, what's divination? Well, what you just saw. Oh, oh. Well, you mean asking questions like that? I said, did you see I was holding this completely still and it started swinging like crazy? Did you think I was somehow doing that? It's not a toy. Okay? Yeah, cool. Cool. Cool, Cha-Cha. Then you came to the right place. And yeah, just want to make people aware of that, because she would have gone off, got them for her daughters, tried doing stuff, and probably who knows what she would have got. It's the same way with a Ouija board or anything else. This is a little less dangerous, I think, than a Ouija board, because there are only so many ways it can answer. I guess it's only as dangerous as you are, your mind, but it's still a little, it's still something to be cautious of and just mindful of. Like any tool, you don't use a power tool without knowing what you're doing, that this thing can hurt you, that kind of thing. You don't just treat it like a toy. That's what I think I have against Ouija boards, is they're listed as a toy, and they are so not. No divination tool is a toy, and should never be labeled that way. That's what I really take exception to, okay? Because I think people throw these things at their kids. They don't know what they're doing. They think it's just all funny. And then people get in trouble, and we hear the stories like we hear about this stuff. And we do hear some pretty awful stories sometimes about people who got into trouble. So I don't want that for you. So here's the new one. It is opalite. And I'm going to see if I can source some of these somehow, because they're so beautiful, so cool. See if I can find them kind of reasonable, and maybe put a few little decorations on this part here that you hold or something. Okay, so I just wanted to add that to the broadcast so that I can feel like I did not, so I was not remiss in my job, and not leading anybody to doing anything that might get them in some kind of trouble. Because some people go nuts with this stuff. They just get in contact with something, ask questions, and really leading weird questions, and then they get weird answers, and then they go off the deep end and have stuff happen. And I don't want that for any of you. I really don't. I guess that's why I'm taking all this time explaining it, because as the kind of person I am, I mean, I deal with these things for people. I have to get rid of, I've gotten rid of many, many things for people that they've managed to get attached to them kind of innocently, really. A lot of people innocently do things and don't realize what they're really doing, and they get attachments, and I have to get rid of them. And that is one of the things that a shaman does, and I'm shamanic. It's one of the things we do. But I don't want to have to do it. Not unnecessarily. I don't want to do that for you, because I want you to just avoid it all altogether and have a really good experience with it all, okay? Okay. Love you guys. So when I got this, it shivered like crazy, and they saw that. And they said, well, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm not doing a thing. I lock my arm to my side so that I don't just swing my arm around and influence it too much. And it will stay completely still sometimes. But usually when I get a new pendulum, it will do that. It'll shiver. And especially when it wants to talk, when it's like energies are high and we want to come through, it'll just like that. And they saw it do that. And then they saw it start swinging really far without me doing a thing to cause that. So first I'm going to show you a calibration. We're going to do a calibration. Calibration just means we're going to make sure that we're all on the same page here. First of all of the usual guidelines apply and all of the usual rules apply. Only my true higher self, my God self, God, that part of me connected with God, can answer this. Okay, I don't want, any kind of riffraff. Now you see it's doing a circle. That's typical. While you're not asking it a question, a lot of times it'll swing in a circle. Okay, so show me what yes looks like. You see, that's yes. Stop. Show me what no looks like. This is called calibration. Okay. My name is Angela Davis. No. My name is Slarty Bartfast. No. My name is Ocean. They call me Ocean. They call me Mama D. And what the future holds might be ours to see. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, it's ready to go. You ask questions like that. It's called calibrating. Anyway, okay, let the questions commence. What do we want to know? And remember, it's only going to be as accurate as you are specific. Because if you're kind of non-specific and vague, it might be kind of non-specific and vague. But you can only ask yes or no. You can't. That's the thing about this. Now, I hope to get a board or maybe make one that gives more elaborate answers. It can point to letters or whatever, but once again, I probably will make it myself so nothing else can creep into it. Okay, somebody type something so I can make sure the chat is not frozen, because chat hasn't moved in a while. So I don't know if you're actually saying anything or not, because sometimes chat gets frozen. And I see that it looks like there are 3 people in here, but I see no movement in the chat. So somebody type a question. See, I don't see it moving. If you're typing, I'm not seeing it. I hate when it does that. StreamYard, what are you doing? That's annoying. Now I'm not sure what to do. Okay, I'll ask some questions that I have. Hopefully this will start moving again. I don't know if there's anything. I don't think I can do anything on this side to change that either. There's really nothing I can do. So I don't know what your questions are. I'm just going to ask some questions and proceed. I'm really sorry. I'd love to be able to read whatever you might be typing, if you're typing, but the chat is just not moving. So I can't tell. But I know some things that have been on people's minds. Okay, things are looking scary. I know in the world, yes, things are looking scary for a lot of people. Yes, stop. Let's get it right out off the bat. We're going to get C word lockdowns and masks and all that stuff again, right? It's coming again. Yes. Yes. Yep. And is it coming? Okay. It's coming to Ohio where I live too. It's not swinging as wild. Maybe not in as big a. Okay. How about the county where I am? Are they going to be? Not so much. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be doing it, but it looks like not so much. People are kind of not wanting to tell you the truth, it had such an impact on businesses here. I don't know how people are going to survive, uh, living their lives, just feeding their families. Hey, Richard, thanks for typing something. Oh, good, the chat is moving now. Please type something every now and then so that I know that something's going on there. Okay, so we've got. I asked a few questions yesterday and got interesting answers. I'll ask the same ones and then you can type some that you need answers to, okay? And we'll see what happens here. Okay, I'm locking my arms so I can't really do any wild swings here. So we're still on the ascension timeline. That's one that yeah, we still are. Oh yes, you can see it's moving quite a bit. Yes, we are. Okay, and we're not on the what people call the evil destruction sort of timeline, right? We're not. Okay, so we're in the right place, and I figured this. I mean, I keep getting this. We're not in the wrong place. Okay, We're on course. The ship is still on course. The Wu ship. The ship of Wu, our little ship of Wu. It's okay. We're doing okay. So ascension is happening, and it is happening just continually. It's not like a sudden jolt. It's happening continually. Yes. Okay, because people keep looking for it to be, oh, bling in the start. Well, could that still happen? That just the sky opens up and there's all these spaceships or angels or whatever? Well, it could happen. But is it more likely that we're just going to keep going until we look around and it's a nice world? Oh yeah, that's pretty more likely. Yeah, I think it depends on what we create, really. Because we already know we create things. So if we create the skies opening up and a whole bunch of angels and ships and stuff come in and start taking us away, that would be one way. But I think probably it's more likely we're just going to keep stepping up. And then one day we'll look around and go, wow, the world is a whole lot better than it used to be. But I think first we're going to have a little bit of resistance, because remember I told you it's like as we were going from the third to the fourth dimension, we had some things happen. And it was planned stuff. I mean, we know 9/11 now. We know there's enough evidence. That was an inside job. There were people that were doing 9/11. That was not just a random thing that happened. That was a big plan. And a lot of people have gone a long way and have found the evidence for that. It's kind of a known thing now. It's not just a theory. That had been planned for a while. So, but we had that happen. We thought we were cool, and it's exactly what I said. I predicted something like that because I said it's not going to happen on Y to K, but there will be something happen, and it'll be just when we think we're okay. We think everything's okay. We made it through that. We're okay. Then boom, and that's exactly what happened. Because I was real pensive that whole summer before that happened. But guess what? I'm not feeling that way this time. If there is some kind of a plan to scare the bejesus out of us all, other than the C word, it's not going to work the way, and I will ask that right now, because I asked it yesterday. Is there a plan to scare the crap out of us? To scare us and make us hand over all our rights? Yes. Stop. Will it succeed the way they think? No. No, it will not. And will it actually help us in some way? Yes. In some way, this will actually help move us along. I don't exactly understand how yet, but I feel that. Okay, that's cool. That's okay, data girl. Cha. Okay, so here's another one. Is the forced vaccinate, or I should be careful how I say this. Remember, we're only talking about an in-game strategy here. This game called Life on Planet Earth, if you want to call it that. Massively multiplayer game, has nothing to do with real life, which is outside the Matrix and yada. Well, anyway, Okay. Is there going to be things forced on us? They're going to try to force things. What things are going to. Okay. And will that work? That will not work. Will it come down to a civil war? It's spinning in a circle saying either that means it's the wrong question, or not yet, or so it's unclear. Okay, so will people fight it? Will the mass of people fight it? Yes. And okay, it's shivering. So there's something it really wants to tell me. Anybody have a question? If you do, just type it in chat. Oh, I wanted to say something about Lionsgate. Something very significant did happen during the Lionsgate. And right in the middle of it, at the zenith of it, I said, I think we're just going to keep gradually evolving toward moving along instead of just rapid, just like boom. A lot of people are acting like it's going to be like a massive solar flash. And even if it is, you have no reason to be worried because it's going to be too fast for your body to even know it happened. So, and I'm not even sure, I mean, as weird as the place is that we are now with Mandela effects and everything, I'm not even sure that isn't how we got to this place. Okay. Cha-Cha's Cha-Cha's project, the earrings that she fixed for a customer, will she find them? Yes. Okay, stop. And will she find them in her bins of jewelry and supplies? It's swinging, but not very. It's like it might take a little work. Okay. Um, Locating lost objects is always interesting. Okay. Let me see if I can see them. Lost earrings. If you were using a pair of needle nose pliers, then maybe I see them. Because I'm looking at a pair of needle nose pliers when I try to do a remote view on that. So somehow it has something to do with your needle nose, wherever they are, maybe. Right. If you were using needle nose pliers, they're right around there somehow, wherever they are. And see if I see any colors around it. It might be kind of a blue color. blue or blue-green maybe, color around surrounding that. I don't know. That's a little hard to get somehow. Trying to see if I can get any more specific for you. I hate lost items. Hey, Pam. Yeah, but it only can answer yes or no. So you can ask, but you know, the answers are kind of limited. So think about where they're most likely to be, and then ask if they're there. How's that? Well, yeah, I'd say since I'm seeing needle nose pliers, they're with your needle nose pliers somewhere, whatever that's in. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Maybe your toolbox then. Are they most likely in her? Yeah. It looks like they're probably in the box with your tools. You're probably working on them with your needle noses and then set them down. It looks like they're probably in the box. Are they in a drawer? No. No, it doesn't look like a drawer. You mean like a regular drawer is what I'm thinking of. Oh, it's a blue-gray box. Okay. That's why I'm seeing the bluish color. They're in your toolbox. That's probably why I'm seeing. I do remote viewing too. Probably why I'm seeing the kind of bluish color. Okay, that makes sense. How you doing, Pam? We're doing pendulum tonight. Does yeah, you just missed Linda. She was in and out. Miss in and out, Miss busy. Did Cha throw the earrings out in error? Wrong question. Did she throw them out at all? Wrong question. They're in the toolbox somewhere. They're somewhere in the toolbox with the needle nose pliers you worked on them with, probably. That's what it's saying. Hope it's true. A lot of times it is. Yeah, and I'm seeing needle nose pliers in blue. That's in your toolbox, dear. That's the last place you had them. Okay, hope so. Hope it's right. Okay, are they like hidden somewhere? Kind of hidden? Yeah, like maybe they fell behind something or got stuck in something. Yeah, looks more like that. Okay, hope that helps. Hope it's true. That means you find it. Um, yeah, let me know if it works. Um, okay, next question. Pam, we're trying out my new pendulum, my new opalite pendulum. It's really pretty. See, it's this really pretty opalite pendulum. Yeah. So, any other questions? Okay, is there going to be some other huge disaster that's going to, yeah, that's coming because I feel there is. Yes. Um, let me try earthquake. Yeah. Okay, stop. Are we talking west, out west, like California? Yeah, yeah. Um, well, thank you. Yeah. Well, if there's something else you want to ask, you can still ask another question too. We're just trying out my pendulum. Oh, Pam, how do you like my eyeglass lanyard that I made? Um, it's glow in the dark and magnetic beads in this, and copper. So it's a triple threat. Not only is it copper to help the arthritis, it's got the magnetic beads to screw with the nanos, and it's glow in the dark so that you can find your glasses in the dark. Yay! Is that cool? So if you want one, if you know somebody who needs one of these, let me know. I have glow in the dark beads, I have copper beads, and these are copper coated hematite. And then I also have little copper beads between them. So this should take care of all the hit all the bases. I really like it. It's also elastic. So it's as big as it needs to be, right? And I give you several beads at the sides here, pressure bead to, slip on, so that if one slips off and pops off and you can't find it, you still have a few left to work with, because it's hard to get them back on there. So, right, exactly. You could actually hang them off with something with this little lanyard. You could actually hang them up. But, yeah. Or actually, since it's magnetic, you could even use something magnetic to find them. That's kind of cool. And at night, they'd glow. If you had them exposed to light, they glow pretty well. So, yeah. I tried to think of everything. You know how I am. Okay. So let's see, another question. I wanted to come on early because I know a lot of people have stuff coming on later. And I wanted to try my pendulum out with you guys because I just tried it out yesterday with a couple of people who had never seen pendulum work done before. And they were pretty impressed when the thing started swinging like crazy and I wasn't moving my hand. They're like, whoa, what's going on? So let's see, what do we want to ask? Have you got anything, Pam? Have you got anything, Richard? I got one. What you're seeing behind me is my front room. Construction curtains up. So we had 3 floods. And it's kind of miserable in a way, but only kind of half miserable because I still got my kitchen, my bedroom, and my bathroom dry. So I'm actually taken care of. And I'm not, it's a loud, noisy machine. I hope you're not hearing it. I don't know. I didn't think of that. Hope you're not hearing this machine in the back. But that's okay, love. Yeah. So I'm going to ask for myself, wow, what's going on with the lighting? Do you see that? I have that happen a lot. Did you ever notice that I have that happen? I do. It'll just get really light. Oh, It's something I'm doing that's doing that. That they'll just suddenly, the screen will just flicker and have flashes of light. Maybe it's my guides. I don't know. So you want to know if the relationship with the girl you're seeing is going to go anywhere. It's going to work out at all. Okay. Richard is seeing a girl. We're making sure right now that she is in fact a girl. You never know these days. I'm kidding, Richard. Is the girl he's seeing, is that relationship going to go anywhere? It's circling. That's the wrong question. It's circling, and it's circling wildly. A lot of factors in there. Okay, go anywhere. If I go anywhere, I'm taking it that you mean work out well between you. It says yes. It has a good chance of working out between you. Will it lead to a much deeper relationship? Deeper, longer relationship? Yes, yes. Looks like chances are very good. Just to make sure, I will ask it the opposite way. It's going to be awful. It's going to be a breakup and heartache, and nope, it's not. Interesting. It looks like you've got a good chance of it working out, Richard. So it's going to work out well for Richard to have this new girlfriend in his. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad we asked that. Okay. Um, Timing is always goofy with these things. That's the only reason I haven't asked, because it only answers yes and no, and timing is really weird. For some reason, none of these devices, unless you install, that's it. I just realized you have to install the right program. That must be it. That's wow. Well, some people have boards or cloths that have like dates, signs, letters, and that is for more complete answers. I just happen to think we're just asking yes or no. I need to make a cloth or a board for this. Is that what I need to do? Would it be very beneficial for me to make a cloth or board, a divination cloth or board, so that we can get more in-depth answers? Yes. Because I've kind of had in my mind to do something like that. So it is a good idea. And then, if it goes well, I can sell it as a product. Custom made divination boards. And by the way, I do have the stands. But everything's in such an uproar right now. I am going to start selling things. Oh, Pam, you would love this. This is a solar cat for your yard. I don't have a yard anymore. I thought he was just a cool decoration. But he's going to be one of the things. I'm going to start selling things. I keep threatening to do that. He's a solar light. But he needs some wiring work to be solar to work, to turn on. Just the sculpture alone is really cool. Look at him. He's really cool. So I'm going to sell him because I don't even have a yard. Yeah. So if you have somebody that can fix the little wiring on the back, his little case got broken, and but it looks like you can undo it, and you have, yeah, there's two little screws there. So if you have somebody who knows how to wire, you'll probably have this fixed. So yeah, I'm going to be selling that thing. I love solar stuff too. I'm just crazy about it. I also, have you seen the solar lights that flash different colors? They look like globes that go through all of the LED colors, rainbow colors. If not, I have some of them too that I'm going to be selling. Yeah, I love solar stuff. I love that stuff. Well, Richard, it looks like things might be going well for you then. Congratulations. It looks like you might have found a nice person to be with. I'm happy for you. Okay. So let's see. How would I ask this? Right now, this is all still tied up in insurance. And they told me it's from a faulty air conditioning pump. A faulty air conditioning pump on the 3rd floor. Now, here's the problem. Nobody can quite understand, because I've had people say air conditioners don't have pumps. Water, we were thinking the water just drained out to the outside of the building. I don't know if maybe there is, but even at that, how would there be enough water to destroy the apartment next to me? Completely flooded. It was just horrible mess. And cover my living room. How would you get that from an air conditioning unit? Or even the whole 3rd floor? Yeah, maybe if it was a whole 3rd floor, if they got some kind of thing jury rigged up there to drain off all the water from the whole 3rd floor and it wasn't functioning right and spilled over. Now, I could see that. And they may have something weird like that, because this building has some weird stuff. Like, I have never encountered the on-demand hot water before. And last year it was a hot water pump got a hot water pipe got dislodged. So now what they have instead of water heater is they have a pipe that automatically heats your water on demand. And I guess the pipe loosened up somehow and came off, and from the pressure of the water or something, and that was why it flooded last year. But this year they're saying an air conditioning pump, which doesn't necessarily make much sense either. But they may have some kind of thing going on here that nobody really understands, because this is a new place and they seem to have a lot of rather newfangled things here. So, it may be the only way that I can see that happening is if it was water from the air conditioners of everybody on the 3rd floor. Otherwise, where would all that water come from, right? But as I look at the country, and this is just something that I see allegorically, we're either burning or flooding. We're burning and flooding. If your area is not on fire, it's underwater. What? You're either having water issues or fire. Well, I'd rather have water, actually. Tell you the truth. I'd rather be dealing with water. I can handle that. I know how to handle that. And it's called everything in a plastic bin that you can put in a plastic bin, Put it in one. um, okay. Hi, Barry. Well, you're not late, Barry, because if you were late, I would have to be asking you things through the pendulum. Oh, you mean you're tardy. You're tardy, young man. The late Barry. It goes that. Okay, he wants to know what happened to Cindy, which is not something it can answer, but it can answer yes or no questions. So let's ask instead, let's try a question. How would we formulate a yes or no question? Okay, stop. Is Cindy still alive? Yes. Cindy is still alive. Is Cindy safe? Stop. Cindy appears to be alive and safe. If this is accurate, Cindy is still alive and safe. Is she with the old guy in the kind of a dumpy place? Yes. And did she decide that he needed her more than you? Yeah, I just got. You know what, Barry? This was her decision. What I'm getting is he really needed a friend. He needed her really bad. He was very lonely before she came along, and she lit up his life so much. And it's nothing against you, but she lit his life up so much, she decided that he needed her more. And so is this man's life a lot better because of Cindy? Yeah. She's a sweetheart, isn't she? You know what? These animals are like this. They're like this. They come to help us. And they're very loving and they're very caring. So she doesn't want to hurt you. So is she somewhere far from Barry now? Yeah. Yeah, she's kind of far away now. I'm getting that really she was going to come back if she could, but then she realized this old guy needed her really bad. Like, very lonely, very lost. The place looked like a dump, really looked like just a very sad place with, it looked like it wasn't even regular heater. Like maybe it was just wood heat or something, like a shack, really. Some guy in a shack that was really lonely, older guy, and needed a companion. I think that's what happened. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And she just decided that that was a sort of a lost soul that she could help. Yeah, you still have some other kids to keep you company, some other fur babies. You know, these little animals, they have big hearts. They really do. I'm convinced that it's true that they come here to help us and that they're very, they come to bring us lessons and they come to bring us love and companionship, especially when things are very dark and scary. Yeah. Yeah, you still have some company, so it looks like this poor old guy didn't have anything. And she found that to be very sad. What a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl. My cat, I know, he's here to help me get through this because he's a sweet boy. And his other mommy, like I said, his other mommy died. And it was probably pretty scary because when he got here, he was pretty scared. But now he's a real happy guy. And he's made me happy too because I have a little companion and he is a sweetheart. And yeah, it was really hard on me not having a kid cat. I'm just so used to having one. It was driving me up a wall. Okay, so what other questions do we have? Because I want to hold this where you can see it, but my arm gets tired. So, do we have other questions? How about, is the story they told me about how this flood happened the truth? No, it's not. I had a suspicion. I had a little lurking suspicion after telling a few people and people going, wait a minute. I'm like, are they really telling the truth about what happened here? How this happened? No, they are not. Is it an entirely different way that it happened? That yes, something entirely different happened and they're just not talking about it. Okay, stop. Okay, is the delay really with the insurance? Yes. And is it because it's kind of hinky? Yeah, it's shit. It's a little shady. Yeah. The insurance is kind of, not sure they're buying that. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, that's what's happening. The story doesn't add up. And the insurance is saying, well, I don't know, man. Because what I'm hearing is they're fighting with the insurance. Say, uh, so is the corporation lying? Looks like it. Um, does the staff know exactly what's going on? No. The staff doesn't really know all that's going on with this. Um, because they seem to be pretty nice people, the staff. Looks to be a corporate thing somehow. Okay, did they cut some corners somewhere? Is that what it is? Yeah, when the place was built. That's why it's taken so long. I see. Okay, so is this going to resolve well for me? This going to resolve well for me, and I'll have a nice apartment, maybe even a month off of rent or something, or some kind of compensation. Yeah, I'm going to get something out of this. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to take a chance. Is this going to get resolved within the month? No. What? Is this going to drag into September? Oh, hell no. This crap going to drag into September. Hey, John. Good to see you. We're doing pendulum today. We're asking questions. So they're going to be fighting it out. Oh, it's shivering. Oh, it really wants to. There's something on somebody's mind that really wants to be answered. Okay, I did ask that. Okay, is the COVID, I'll ask it again. Is the COVID, whoa, got a cat hair on there. Maybe that's a good thing. Okay, I'm locking my arm so I can't influence it. Is the COVID thing going to drag on and on? Because I've already asked and it said yes. It's going to drag on and on. Stop. And there's going to be mandates. Yeah. And they're going to try this force vax thing. Yeah. And it's going to work just the way they think. No, it's not. Just to prove that it does go another way. It's not going to work the way they think. And it's actually going to wake a whole lot more people up, and they're going to say no. That's what I'm getting. A lot more people are going to say, oh, hell no, not again. No, you're not doing this. The more they do it, as a matter of fact, the more they try to do this, the more people are going to say, hell no. And it's going to be like that much more obvious. Yes. That's how that's going to go. So, yeah, they're going to try it. Are people actually going to submit? No. People ain't taking that shit. They're done. They are done. Do I get to keep Cowboy? Is he my kitty now? Are we a team now? Yes. Somehow I get to keep Cowboy. Even if I don't get that thing back, I'll find some way to raise the money. Because he's my little partner now. He's my little cowboy now. So somehow or other we'll stay together. He's a sweet little boy, and I think he's supposed to be here. He has the most interesting. I'm going to make a video about his spots that shift. He's got shape-shifting spots. And I thought, well, it's just the way he moves and stuff, but not exactly. I think it may also have to do with, see, Manx cats shed all year. That's one thing about them. They're a rare kind of a cat. They come from the Isle of Man. You can Google this or see it on YouTube. They come from the Isle of Man, and they're a kind of a special cat. They have no tail, or a little stub of a tail, maybe one or two vertebrae. And so they're unusual, and they're round. Everything about them is kind of round. Their eyes, their bodies, everything, their heads. And so they tend to be a little chunky. So he's actually quite normal for what he is. And so the little guy is a special kitty. But what I didn't know, or what I is that they shed all year, not just fall and spring, like some. And so even though he's a short hair, he needs to be brushed all the time. But what I'm noticing is as I brush him and as he moves, his spots shift into pictures. It shift into all kinds of shapes. And I mean, there's some that keep showing up, but there are times when I'm there like, I am sure that it wasn't like that before. So is he just shedding funny and it changes it? Is it the way he's moving? I mean, he is losing weight because I put him on pure food. I put him on a better food, and automatically he started losing weight because, um, and being much happier. I mean, he's much more energetic now because he's got good food. I mean, he's got decent. He's not being poisoned. A lot of pet food is poison. So he's a much happier, healthier cat now. And so his coat is going to change a little bit because he's changing shape. But that still doesn't explain everything I see in his coat. And it's funny because he's only got 2 spots on his side and only on one side. But they change so much. It's weird. I mean, it's like they change way more than you'd think. I mean, it's like so so simple. At first it's so simple. 2 spots, 2 odd shaped spots. But they change so much that it's kind of freaky. And I'm going to make a video about it. And then lately I noticed something when he was eating that is perfect for Halloween, and I'll bring it up. Halloween. Um, I am giving him, I found they were feeding him Friskies. No wonder he was sick. Wow, that would make you sick. Friskies is not okay. I hope they can't sue me over that. But yeah, don't recommend that food. Do not feed your animals that brand unless you want problems. That's all I'm going to say. And hope they don't see this ever and do anything to me. But anyway, I'm sorry. The truth is, look at the ingredients, and they're not good. They're bad. And people who feed them that, they usually don't last as long. I found a food called Harmony. It's a more natural food, wet food. And I'm feeding him not a whole can, but a half can or a fourth of a can at a time so that he doesn't just gobble it. And then a good quality kibble. I got him Iams kibble, which is a little better than just basic kibble. I really would prefer a even better one than that because they still use chicken byproduct in it, but it's at least more nutritious than what he was on, and I can afford it. But yeah, there is a cat food called Harmony that really looks like it doesn't have anything too bad in it. So I'm hoping then that continues because he is now beginning to act more like a cat. He was very lethargic and slow. And now he's scampering all over the place and playing like a cat should. And I'm really happy with his development, and I think he is too. He's a much happier cat now. So that is something I would say, please, people, feed your animals as good as you can. And when you can, give them real food like some chicken or some beef or some pork or, real food now and then, in with the other stuff because they need that. And actually, if they get used to eating real food, it's better for them rather than canned stuff and kibble. See, I think his problem though is he's only got fang teeth, not other teeth. So we can't feed him just anything. It's got to be something that he can actually swallow, without being chewed too much. I don't know how he eats the kibble. He must moisten it in his mouth or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, yeah, raw chicken and mixed raw meat and ground beef and kibble, yeah. Yeah, he'll probably play with your nostril hairs. He'll be chasing you all over as your nostril hairs drag along the ground. Eh, okay. You gotta go. Everybody's leaving me. Why does everybody leave me? Okay, John, do you have a question before you go? Well, I don't know how long I'm going to be on. It kind of depends on the crowd and how long my phone holds up. I got 65% charge on my phone. That's all. Okay. So are there any other questions we have? How about, let's see. Well, suggestions? Anybody? I mean, it doesn't have to be esoteric, but it can be. How old is winter? Well, we can try that, but we'd have to ask it as a yes or no. What age do you think she is? Okay, is winter 5 months? No, no. 5 years? 5 years. She lived at least 5 years, or winter lived at least 5 years. Yeah, 5 months, whatever. Okay, wait a minute. I'm getting confused. Stop. I'm just going to read them off and we'll see what it does. 5 months. Is winter 5 months old? No, well, it's the wrong question. Okay, 6 months. Spinning. 4 months. Spinning. It's spinning. We're asking it wrong or the wrong question or something. We're asking the wrong. Somehow it's like saying it's going in a circle. Okay, is she 5 months? No. Is she younger than 5 months? Yeah. I'm going to ask just to be sure. Is she older than 5 months? Wait, no. I did that backwards or something. It keeps spinning. Why is it spinning? 5 months old. Okay. Younger. Just when I think I have it, the thing starts spinning. See, look at this. She younger than 5 months. Yeah. See, I have to be clear in my mind too. What the heck I'm asking. Is she more like 4 months old? Closer to 4? Okay, it finally simmered down. I think she's closer to 4. But she might not be exactly on 4 months. She might be a little over or under. When we're asking something like that, we have to give it a little bit of leeway because it might be taking it too literally. Like, no, not 4 on the dot. It's not, you know. Okay, under 5 months. She's under 5 months, looks like. Oh, I hate timing because timing is weird with these things with divination. It's like timing is a different realm. Some people are better with it than I am. Most of us, though, hate timing questions because timing questions are always way off. You know, like, I mean, timing questions are also always very hard to pin down. And I think because there is a time difference between this world and that world and the world you're asking. And for them, this goes by so fast. This is just seconds. Our lives are just minutes, maybe seconds. You know, I don't know. Our lives are just going by so fast. Imagine a timeless being that lives a long, long time, and how long are our lives? Like our pets. It's like our pets. I'm sure time goes a lot faster for them. Um, okay, another question. Oh, how about a fun one? Are there the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch in our woods here? Hey, yeah, they sure are. Okay. How about we have dogmen around here? Yes, we do. Saying yes in this area. And of course, I'm being a little vague area. Do we have dogmen in Summit County? We do. That would make sense because we have a mound, an Indian mound here. Okay, do we have a specific dogman in Summit or in Portage? We have one in Portage County, one for that mound, probably. Yeah. Because they watch over the dead, remember? And they're associated a lot of times with mounds. There's a mound. And if you're seeing them, there's probably a mound nearby, whether you know it or not, because a lot of these mounds are buried and just look like hills. So, is Sasquatch in the area that Barry is in? No. So, not in the town or city where he is. No. Not okay. but I have a feeling near where you are, but not where you are. No, they don't, for some reason, not coming in where you are. Would people be likely to shoot at them there? Are you living in an area where people have guns and would shoot at them? Like shoot them for a bear or something? Pardon me. I need just a little snack here. Hmm. Because it's coming into my mind that the reason is it's dangerous for them. So they live around there, but they're not coming anywhere near because people got guns, right? Okay. They're not going to come around people with guns. Okay. Probably that too. Yeah. Yep. So they're not coming around. So you have nothing to worry about. Um let's see. Am I going to be moving from here anytime soon? No. Okay. Because I'm thinking if they've got a problem with the place, I may have to move. Okay, but am I going to be staying in this apartment? Yeah. So they are going to be fixing this up, and I am going to be able to stay. Okay, good. Are we going to see even more ships, spaceships, or ships, UFOs, whatever you want to call them, in our skies, even more and more plentifully? Because that's just something I've been feeling. Yes, they're really going to increase. Yes. There's all kinds of paranormal activity going to increase. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling, is that it's going to go up and up. We're going to have so much, in fact, that nobody's going to be able to deny it. It's going to be like, just like now, it used to be UFOs. Oh, that's ridiculous. These days, nah, it's not as ridiculous. And I think very soon, none of it's going to sound as ridiculous as it did. I think people are going to be more accepting of this stuff because after they see so much of it, so much stuff, I think people are going to be seeing more and more stuff. And it's going to be kind of getting to the point where people are going, well, if that exists, then maybe this could exist, and maybe this could exist, maybe this could exist. Is winter going to be able to bear? Yeah, looks like you could. Why, you got plans? Did Sasquatch see Barry walk around in the woods? Yes, I think so. Ah, very interesting because, yeah, is Barry one of the ones that they just kind of, yeah, you're one of the ones that when you go out, when you're in the area, they do keep an eye on you. Yeah. So Sped got scared and you think it was a Sasquatch. It probably was. Yeah. Remember, they're creepy kind of in that regard. They'll follow you around and hide and peek, and they play hide and peek. So they're not going to let you see them if they can help it. Yeah, I don't think I'm not getting any danger at all for you. Yeah, is there any danger walking around alone in the woods like from Sasquatch? No, not at all. 'Cause I'm not getting that at all. Very gonna see a Sasquatch at some point. Yeah, you probably will though. Probably will see one at some point. Okay. Did this flood in my apartment happen for a good reason for me? Because I feel like somehow it's going to help me, and I don't understand that. But yeah, I don't understand why, but I just feel like this was not meant to harm me. Because really, not much got waterlogged. I mean, a lot of my stuff, the important stuff is still okay. Like my instruments and stuff was really the apartment next door that really got it. So maybe did Sasquatch pick up food left for Sped? Yes. Well, if you're going to bring him takeout, Barry, we're a terrible influence on them. You know that? As far as nutrition, we're a bad influence. We leave them all kinds of stuff, peanut butter and chocolate and shit. Dog food, cat food. We leave them sweets. People leave them all kinds of things. It's funny. It's like, yeah, we're a bad influence out there. We're probably giving them tooth decay and I don't know. The thought of Sasquatch with a toothache is really scary, though. I hope they don't get toothaches from us. I hope not. From the food we leave out, because we we're crazy IMFs. We do all kinds of things to ourselves that aren't good for us. So full of questions, Barry. Barry, you're full of it. I mean questions. Did Sasquatch know Barry was looking for Cindy? Yeah. I think that actually turned out to be a very sweet story in the long run. Not for you, but for the guy that ended up with Cindy. I think it turned out to be a sweet story that she chose to stick with him because he was sad and lonely. Do they know that you were blaming them for her disappearance? Yep, they know that. Boy, that was right away. No question about that. Yep, they did. And you realize there's some people that haven't even yet accepted that Sasquatch exists. Last time I tried to tell, somebody asked me about Sasquatch, and I'm there like, oh yeah, some of my friends, yeah, I can tell you about Sasquatch. Some of my friends live near them, like right in among them, and they even talk to them and stuff. I see them all the time, and they were just like, to them, I think it was all a joke, you know? And I'm like, well, no, it's no joke. They have a language. They have architecture. They're beings like us. They're related to us, even, So people, not everybody's ready for that. But that was last summer. This summer, people might be a little bit more ready to accept things because honestly, I think the longer this drags on, the more people are noticing things. And they're noticing that things also ain't quite right, like as presented. That a lot of things are just not as presented. Huh. I'm going to ask this. Okay, so Jim Mounts says the FM Spinasti are sort of like cops. They're sort of like the police. Right. And actually, that's true. What they're calling the FM Spinasti are the kind of like police. They hunt down criminals. So was the bubbles that I saw going across the sky, was that them? That was them. Yep, that was them. Did a Sasquatch around you? Did a Sasquatch see somebody accidentally shoot themselves with a rifle? Yes. Looks like yes. Why did that happen around you? Somebody shot themselves? Would it benefit me to make a cowboy channel for my little kitty cat? Would that be a good chance? Would that be successful? Yeah, give him his own little channel. I might do that. Give him his own little page and his own little channel. Yeah, he's a sweet boy. Do Sasquatch generally think we're kind of inept and weird? I get that feeling. Kind of look at us like a kind of a silly younger brother or something that plays with guns. I get that feeling. Yeah. I get that feeling all the time. Like they look at us like crazy younger species, you know? Kind of like we're their little cousins or something who are always out making trouble. And making trouble for ourselves, by the way. That's kind of the way I think they look at us. Like, these people, can you believe them? You know, to them, we're probably pretty weird. Oh, by the way, here's another cool thing I got. Finally came through. I ordered this like ages ago on wish.com. And wish.com's like this. If you order from Wish, hopefully you'll get it someday. Then again, maybe you won't. And it's funny about Wish too is that either it's really nice or a piece of trash. And it's going to be a toss up as to which. A nice flower of life necklace. Isn't that pretty? Hey, Drake. I know Facebook's been hiding all kinds of things. I could not find Max's channel for what Max Vision for a while. It wouldn't even let me see the live shows. Not even on his channel. Not even if I went to his channel and looked for his live stream, I couldn't find it. So, and it would not tell me when he was on. So, well, thank you, Drake. Hey, I know there's been a lot of crap. YouTube doesn't tell me jack squat anymore except a bunch of, if it's a kind of bullshit, and I don't mean bullshit like it's a necessarily a bad channel. I don't subscribe to terrible channels. But if it's some kind of bullshit that isn't very important, like somebody who does, you know, craft projects or somebody who does Facebook shaming or some shit. I don't know, just like Facebook fails, whatever, humor. Oh, I'll see that. I don't see Paranormal Portal anymore. I don't see Max's show. I never see Duke's stuff. I never see, there's a lot of channels I just don't ever see anymore. And it's hard to find them. And then I go off looking for them. I can't find them. Yeah. Miss you too, Drake. Well, you got to watch YouTube. They're tricky. You got to keep by looking for people and ringing that bell, and say R, all, rather. What? Fart shaming. Barry. I think I'm going to start that on this channel. I can smell you from here. Will you please hold off a little bit? I know you might puff up like a beach ball, but just hold off a little bit. No, I'm kidding. Thank God we don't have smell-o-vision over here. We don't have smell-o-vision yet, because if we did, we'd have to quarantine Barry. The mainstream media has lost their mind, no doubt, long time ago. And I bet they're going to lose it more. You notice how every now and then the screen gets way brighter? Isn't that weird? I see that a lot when I'm on. When they burn? Oh, methane. Well, see, that's it. You just need to hook a pipe up to your tailpipe and find a way to store it somehow. And you could stay warm all winter for free. You know, some people kind of get have told me they get a little tired of hearing the fart jokes and stuff and everything. And it's like, for some reason, it doesn't bother me. And I know a lot of times it's women, you know, they're not that much down with it, but for some reason, it just doesn't bother me that much. I think maybe it did at one time, but these days, you know what? This is one thing I've noticed. A lot of things just don't bother me as much these days. I'm losing a lot of that. I'm losing a lot of being bothered, being able to be bothered. I mean, I got so much bother right now, you know, I mean, it bothered me at first, but now I'm just kind of getting used to having this big loud machine in my living room, and my living room being not there. That's what this is, construction. Drake, my living room flooded 3 different times. You know, and this is kind of maybe allegorical because we're dealing with a lot of emotions. Now, as far as flooding goes, I didn't get it as bad as most people. I got a very light case of it compared. Enough that a little bit of drywall work and we'll probably be okay, is what they're saying. You know, tear out the drywall, put in some new, and we're probably going to be okay. Yeah, no blindness. Yeah, well, you know, I mean, living off the land. We'll just hook some pipes up to your tailpipes, feed you lots of chili. I'll make some big pots of chili, and we'll get some canisters, and we'll just store up enough that you can heat your home for the winter. My cat, as long as we're on this ridiculous subject, my cat, you know this about pets. They will fart right on you. They will fart all over you. They don't care. They, they don't think a thing of it. And mine will do that. He has a specific place where he lays up on my bed. He's got his own little place blocked off. It's a particular corner of the bed. Damn it, don't put anything on that corner, or he's going to let you know, because he's going to be upset, because that's his corner of the bed. It's the corner that faces out towards the window. So he's got to lay there so that he can, you know. So, you know, he'll be there, but he'll generally have, you know, they always face their ass towards you, right? And I'll wake up and I'll be like, what is that smell? It's like his butt is right there. It's like, cowboy, do you mind if it's bad enough that I'm actually waking up? Do you mind pointing that the other way? But you know how cats are, dogs. They just don't care. What? And deny you the benefit of my magnificent smell? You know, they're just so. Ah, as long as you have boats, you're okay. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I should invest in a little dinghy. Of course, my neighbors are a little dingy, so some of my neighbors are dingy. I could maybe just rely on them. Yeah, maybe I need a little lifeboat, invest in a little lifeboat. We are in a sort of if we were down south, this would be swampy, but it's boggy instead. Boggy Creek. Yeah, we're in bogland, so basically we're gonna have water issues, and I'm used to it. I'm like I said, I'm used to water issues. I figured this out years ago, over 20 years ago. Everything in plastic that you can get in plastic, that you can comfortably put in plastic, in a plastic bin. Keep all your important shit in a plastic bin, one of those roughneck type containers. And then you're going to be okay. You do that, and up high, not right on the floor, but up on something. Don't leave stuff all over the floor. Because flooding is not an occasion. Well, it doesn't happen like all the time, but it happens often enough that I know the routine now, how to deal with it. And you know, water represents emotions. So it kind of fits. And me, even with the way the world is right now, me having my living room all in a kind of this suspended state, you know, where they're not really doing anything and it's just kind of sitting there and it's just waiting for them to finish. It's kind of like the world right now. We're just waiting for this stupid C word program to finish. Your neighbor is a sea creature. Oh, cool. Are they some kind of cryptid? Oh, you winter is thick. You gave her chicken. Did she eat them? Your neighbor is Drake. That's a very leading. Your neighbor is a sea creature. You want to go into that a little bit? The water is wet this time of year. Well, you know, Barry could probably tell you this too from experience. I think we all could. That most of the time, when you encounter water, that water is going to be wet. Now, I know some people might think that's just a conspiracy theory, but I think water is wet on purpose. I think water does that on purpose. Just a thought. But yeah, we had when I was a kid, we had that. And I actually It's not that unknown because when I was a kid, there were certain places, if you were low lying or boggy area, you were going to flood. We have had that forever, since I can remember. There were even places that were strip malls that were built on boggy areas, and they'd flood every year, every dang year. And then there'd be sale on the water damaged stuff. They'd take back then. They'd do that. They'd have a water sale instead of a fire sale. They'd have a flood sale. So it's so this is not as traumatizing. And I do kind of understand because there are people who go, why do those people in New Orleans, why do they keep building on a floodplain? And it's like, well, if you own the land, for one thing. And for another thing, if you're used to it, I mean, some people are just used to it. They're just used to it. It's like, oh, yeah, here's another flood, another year, another flood, whatever. I mean, it's kind of funny because in Egypt, the Nile would flood on a regular basis, and people lived right on the Nile. So, because it was a handy place to live for them, with, near the water. Um, oh, yeah, dogs love chicken, and so do cats. Cats love chicken. Cats and dogs. And if you think about it, that would be one of their prey, that bird meat. Yep, that would be one of their natural prey. Oh, you fled from the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, I know all about it. I lived down there a little while. Not very long, though. I had to come back up here, I thought, and take care of some stuff. And I kind of halfway wish I hadn't had to do that because I had a job that I liked down there and had started to make friends. I had a job I liked, and they said I could go far because I was a psychic in New Orleans. I mean, you can make a lot of money down there as a psychic. It's where people come to find a psychic. So in a way, and then I never did get back down there. But then Katrina came along, and I was kind of glad in a way. So maybe I was kind of protected or something. I don't know. Anyway, I just got this. Like I said, I got my brand new pendulum and just had to take it out for a spin with you guys and see how it behaved. I think I'm gonna shut it down for now, and be sure when you look at the subscribe, you may try unsubbing and subbing again, and then ringing the bell that says all, and seeing if that helps because that does sometimes help, or just ringing the bell that says all. And I had a feeling you didn't all just lose interest. I had a feeling that much like some of the channels I'm interested in, YouTube just wasn't telling you, just wasn't letting you know. So I've been trying to figure out how to resolve that, and I don't know. Max's channel has been trying to deal with that, and he's been experimenting, and it kind of went a little weird. So, but he did find he had a lot more subscribers than he thought for a while, and then it disappeared again. They're playing all kinds of games. I don't understand it. Oh, your ancestors came from Jean Lafitte? Lafitte? Lafitte Island? Oh, that's interesting. Jean Lafitte. a very famous pirate. Are you a pirate? Arg! There's that light again that keeps lighting up. Isn't that weird? Wow. I didn't know that, Drake. So you're a pirate. You know where any treasure is? Huh? You know, it's like people asking uh, somebody of a certain nationality stupid nationality questions. Hey, you pirate, you know where any buried treasure is? uh, your phone notified me, but your laptop did. Yeah, it's goofy. I don't have Wi-Fi right now. So my Wi-Fi was in that room. And like I said this in another one. I think my guides, in a way, just let this happen because they don't want me screwing around with Wi-Fi. And they don't want me screwing around too much with my, for some reason, that tower I was sitting next to. My left side is healing now because I'm not sitting next to that tower on my left side, maybe. I kept the tower on my left side, and my whole left side was having issues. Maybe because I had spent throughout the years too much damn time sitting next to that tower, the tower that close. You saw one of my videos, we took readings of how high the EMF was coming off of some of these things. It's like, sheesh. I was I was getting barbecued, and I'm actually lucky that I didn't have more than I did have happening. I'm glad you did find me again. And I may be on again tonight. I'm not sure. But right now, I know I'm going to have to charge my phone anyway. So I might as well call it a draw at 2 hours and say we did we did some pendulum work and it was kind of fun. I'll try and come back in um, maybe a little later and see if I can catch some of the people from the other side. Pirate crew was named the Baratarians. Baratarians? Baratarians. Barataria Island. Barataria Water. I wonder if there's any relationship to Tartaria. Barataria. Be interesting if there was. Because usually words, the components in words, there's usually a reason for them. Nataria ending. Be interesting to look into that a little bit, poke around in that. We already know, and really more and more and more and more. Every, I got channels and channels worth of. There are many channels now that are pursuing this. Our history is not what they tell us, not even near. Our history is way different. It cannot possibly be the way that they say it was. Can't be. The narrative does not fit the facts. Narrative does not fit the evidence at all. And so anytime somebody is giving you, trying to give you some definite on, thing, It can't happen because of XYZ. It's only a theory. You know, scientists have theories about evolution. It's the theory of evolution. They cannot prove it. They have not proved it. And in fact, another dirty little secret that came out was most of the specimens that you see in museums are fake. They've been made, created, a replica of one that is actually a real one somewhere else. So they're real somewhere else, but they're not real bones. They haven't found enough. They haven't found that many to support their claims, and they're not going to show you something that does not support their claim. So, yeah, I mean, some of these buildings that they say they built in 2 years, they can't even build it in 5 years now. How did they build it with horse and buggy? You know, and yeah, oh yeah, yeah. The Egyptians built the pyramids. Well, that's not what they're building today. They're sure not building anything like that today, are they? Come on. How could we let ourselves be so harmful? You know, though, as a kid, I always wondered about that. I always thought to myself, isn't that weird that they don't build them like that? I mean, they build ugly shit today. Ugly little boxes. That's what they build today. They don't build beautiful stuff anymore, but with beautiful statuary and all kinds of elaborate designs in it and stuff. They build little boxy crap now. Boxy, ugly crap. So, yeah, the stuff that on the mud flood channels, like John Levy is a good one, JonLevi. He's really extensively looked into this. And Michelle Gibson has also looked into a lot of the fallacies that cannot possibly be that they've told us, like about things being thus and so aged, and can't be. It can't be. Can't, it's not possible. Um, yeah. So I wonder if it has some relationship to the Tartarians, Veritarians, Veritarian. Interesting. It would be interesting to know. And if I get a chance, I will see if there's any way to look into it. Or maybe you can at some point see if there's anything, see what your history is. Where does that Veritarian name came from? Where did they originally come from? Because I'm kind of, you know, when I was a kid and I would go through these certain places, like we always would go over the Ohio Edison Dam, the little dam in Cuyahoga Falls, damming the river, Cuyahoga River. And that thing somehow looked way older than they were telling me. And Michelle Gibson is saying, oh, yeah, some of these they dug out and started to use, they did not build them. I know Akron contains a lot of secrets nearby. I have seen some of underground Akron, and there's stuff under there that would amaze you. So somebody built it, but I don't think it was us. Maybe the last civilization that was around here, but I don't think it was us. Because it doesn't look like the stuff we build. It doesn't use the same kind of principles and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because their genetics, when they find genetics left on something and they test it, it tests as being human. So they're related to us for sure. They are humans. But somehow much larger humans. We're tiny. We're not the tiniest, but we're definitely on the small side of the spectrum compared to them. Yeah, I mean, obviously, these things were built with beautiful grace, uh, and there's another guy too that's really up and coming. I mean, he is on fire. Praveen Mohan. He's from India, and he's going through the Indian temples and showing how they cannot possibly be the way that they're presented either. And the details on the Indian temples are still there. They haven't chiseled them all off. And let me tell you something, the carvings are amazing. The pictures in some of these temples are quite amazing. So Praveen Mohan, good one to look up. Um, he's in my, I'm pretty sure he's in what I'm subscribed to, if you know how to find that. Um, Saxon. Yeah, because the Tartarians apparently were great builders and built very nice stuff. Um, very beautiful, graceful stuff. And were all over the globe at one point. But we see traces of the same civilization everywhere, the same style of architecture all over the world. Did you know China? I didn't know. Nobody knows. Everybody thinks they know what Chinese buildings look like, Asian buildings. They had places that look like the stuff we see here. Way back in, like, way back when pictures were first being taken in black and white, they've got pictures of streets that look like they could be here. So they had similar architecture at one time, which changed, and relatively recently. I mean, apparently they had more than one style of architecture that was pretty common. Um, they had the kind you see in the monasteries, and then they had the kind that look like our cities and stuff. Very weird. And even the very, like the cathedrals and stuff. I guess they had all that. It's pretty weird. We've been hornswoggled. We've been lied to. Just the whole thing's a lie. I'm beginning to think every damn thing we've been told is a lie. Every dang gun, every shred, probably. Maybe the very bare bones of it might have some reality, but all of the stories and everything, I'm thinking they're bullshit, mostly bullshit. If there's truth in there, it's probably by accident, or probably just because they couldn't get away with it any other way. Couldn't get away with that particular lie. Couldn't figure out. It's just so crazy. And why are they lying? That begs the question. What? So why would they bother? Why bother to lie? Why not just tell us? Exactly. The question. That makes you question even more. That makes you even more suspicious. Like, wait a minute, why wouldn't they want us to know that? What is the big cover up? They're covering something. Oh well. Hey Sandra, how you doing? How you doing, Sandra? Yeah, I was getting ready to leave, but I'll stay a little longer since you showed up. Hope you don't mind if I take a little bite of something here, though, because I haven't eaten yet. I was thinking of bugging on out of here and eating something, and then maybe coming back on later. You managed to find my channel. Yay. People have been having trouble finding my channel, I guess. Wonderful. Well, I was showing off my pendulum. I'll show you. Opalite. And we were asking it some questions. So I'll tell you what, since you just showed up before I take off, do you want to ask the pendulum something? I'll wait a minute. Only bad thing is I'm sitting here eating chocolate. I shouldn't be. I should have a meal of some sort. Well, I'm telling people to make sure that when they hit the subscribe, that they also hit the bell and click all. That seems to help you find it because YouTube has been weird lately. It's not showing me the channels I'm subscribed to that I've been going to for years. It doesn't want to show me the stuff that I for years I went to certain ones and it made it look like they were gone. No, that's okay. Oh, here's Cowboy. You don't know who Cowboy is. He's that handsome cat. If you look at my videos, I have quite a few. I have a few of them. Not quite a few yet. I have a few cowboy videos. He's very photogenic, aren't you, baby? And today, looks like he's wearing a black triangle and a bell. A bell and a triangle. And two kinds of UFOs. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I'm locking my arm so I can't make it move. Will Sandra get to see a UFO? Yes. It is saying yes, you definitely will. Mhm. And I'm getting that a lot of people will be seeing the UFO. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a lot more common. What I've been told is there are a lot of them that just aren't going to bother to hide it anymore. And they're just going to allow us to see it. Quite a few more of us. So if you're open to them, you probably will have one decloak, not bother to hide. Because the people really wanted disclosure. We wanted to know all kinds of things. And we really got not a whole lot from the supposed disclosure that happened back in July. And I have been told, it came into my mind, that they have been warned, if you don't start disclosing, we're going to start disclosing. That is, the people flying around in those UFOs are going to start disclosing. And one of the ways, but they're going to do it kind of subtle at first. They're just going to fly around uncloaked, get people used to seeing them. Oh, you saw an alien? Tell us about it. You want to tell us about it? Pardon me. I got to find the right thing. Okay. There's the link. If you want to tell us about the alien you saw, you don't need anything in particular except a phone or a tablet or whatever, laptop. You click that link, it'll bring you right in. I'll put you on. You can tell us about your alien experience if you want. By the way, I'm to be found on Facebook as Diana Singer, and I'm to be found on MeWe.com. You can find D Ocean's Woo Lounge. That's our group. And so you'll be able to contact other people who like this kind of stuff there. And the nice thing about StreamYard is it's so easy to invite people. I can't stay on much longer because the cat is looking at me like, we haven't eaten yet, Mom. You haven't eaten, I haven't eaten, nobody's eaten. This isn't right. He's turning his back and got his head down. That's, come on, Mom, come on. I'm waiting. So I'm gonna bug on out, I think. I will maybe be back on, and I'm gonna try and be on tomorrow, maybe kind of early-ish. I might be on tonight. If so, it'll be late, kind of late. We'll see how things go. I got to plug in my phone. Okay, love you guys. Remember, the truth is where you find it. Hope you're finding some on my channel. And yeah, I I also want to say this is ocean making waves. Time for you to make some too. Go make some waves. It's what you're here to do. Yeah, we'd love to hear about it, Sandra. So consider coming on sometime and telling us about it when you're ready. Because we love to hear stuff like that, real stories from real people. Moral's open to that. I'll throw you a link anytime. And remember that you are divine. You are divine. And you have the ultimate power. You're forever. A being, the being that you are, is forever. Wouldn't let you post the comment. You better come to MeWe and come into the Woo Lounge. It's a little safer there than it is in some places on the net. If you don't know about MeWe.com, it's like a Facebook alternative without the data mining. We kind of got our place over there. We're tired of the stupid data mining crap that a lot of these media platforms foster. It's just terrible. MeWe, spelled MEWE.com. Okay. The Ocean's Woo Lounge. Yeah. We'll see you there and hopefully see you here on my channel again. Have a great night, y'all. Well,